In one of my earliest videos, I covered 5 of the scariest things in Star Wars Legends. Over a year and a half later, I still get nearly daily messages about one of the entries, the Mnggal-Mnggal. And really, I don't blame you guys, as in my opinion, I do think they are now the most disturbing thing in all of Star Wars. So today we'll examine the alien parasites in a bit more detail. You guys will have to bear with me a bit, as the Mnggal-Mnggal exist only within the fringe of Star Wars Legends, and have only been pictured once. There will thus be a bit of off-topic imagery for today's video. I think the best basic description of the Mnggal-Mnggal actually comes from Hiding in Plain Sight, a 2014 article on StarWars.com. It states the following. Mnggal-Mnggal are a mysterious entity from the unknown regions. On first glance, it looks like nothing more than a thick gray ooze, but has the ability to quickly mold parts of itself into a variety of forms. It possesses the ability to infect and control other beings. By exposing nearby individuals to a spray of droplets, it is able to enter their system, slowly digesting their victims and replacing their innards with the same gray ooze that makes up the parent. Interestingly, we see that the article refers to the Mnggal-Mnggal, or just Mnggal-Mnggal, as a mysterious entity. We'll talk more about this later. Let's also take a closer look at the source which first introduced the parasite, or creature, or being, the Unknown Regions RPG Guide, which gives us a full idea of their grotesque nature. The Mnggal-Mnggal were a unique species in the Star Wars galaxy, truly one of a kind. Although technically one being, they appeared in numerous places, from single spores to deep lakes. Their most concentrated form was the planet Mnggal-Mnggal, a dead planet with internal grottos filled with the being. They are described as slimy and smelling like sweet rot. In their pure form, they often take the shape of stalks, eyes, mouths, or flying bat-like creatures. However, this is just the beginning. The Mnggal-Mnggal attack living beings, attempting to enter their orifices while ripping apart droids or others wearing armor. Why do they do this? And what is its purpose? Well, it gets bad at this point. The Mnggal-Mnggal enter a living host, eating away and replacing its innards with what is essentially black pus, or goo. From here, they manipulate the being like a puppet. Although muscles, bones, and tissues have been destroyed, they move the shell of the living being in a primitive and grotesque fashion. Obviously, this isn't the most convincing fake. The body, for example, does not breathe, it does not blink, and speech is unnatural and distorted. Eventually, the body itself also decays. But more disturbing than their actions is their motivation. The Mnggal-Mnggal claim to be ancient, all-knowing, having witnessed the rise and fall of countless galactic civilizations, and perhaps even influencing the Celestials' shaping of the galaxy. They appeared first on Mnggal-Mnggal, perhaps from another dimension. This quote-unquote homeworld is ringed by dead spaceships from even ancient history, which they've collected, apparently only because they enjoy doing so. From Mnggal-Mnggal, they've made their way further into the unknown regions, and even towards the Rim. Other than destroying the infestation with fire, there is no known way to halt their advance. As I've explained, they progress by infecting others, from sentient beings to the most basic of creatures. The disease can be spread by a single drop within a drink, and a body can be hollowed out and replaced within a day. Now, it's unclear whether they actually use organic matter to feed on and reproduce, but due to the devastating fast nature of the creature, it seems likely. The internal assault of the Mnggal-Mnggal is obviously extraordinarily painful. Future victims are found as the pus zombie either dies and explodes, or lashes out, introducing the parasite to new targets. Often the Mnggal-Mnggal will use tendrils or stalks as a way to primitively attack and transport itself to other beings. Every Mnggal-Mnggal zombie, or rather every piece of the Mnggal-Mnggal as the really one creature, can instantaneously communicate even across the galaxy with the rest of its being. Zombies are often thus synchronized in movement. And what's worse, the Mnggal-Mnggal are pure evil. They are cosmic and strange and cruel. They tease mysteries of the universe while inflicting horrors on their victims, not because they need to, but because they enjoy it, just like they enjoy ringing their planets with the dead husks of starships. The guidebook explains a common tactic of reanimating dead children before their grieving parents. So we have a being bent on just being awful, probably from another galaxy or dimension, which can spread nearly at will, taking over the bodies of creatures or manifesting as stalks, mouths, etc. It's really just gross, but it's also a bit of Lovecraftian cosmic horror, which, as a sci-fi and fantasy fan, I love. There's a couple more quotes I'd like to read before ending this video. Dan Wallace, who created the Unknown Regions Guide, which really fleshed out and introduced the Mnggal-Mnggal, had some more ideas which didn't quite make it to the book. Here's some direct quotes. On its home planet, Mnggal-Mnggal is a world ocean that shares with its visitors the whispered secrets of the galaxy's creation. Many treat the Mnggal-Mnggal with superstition, many referring to it as the rot god. There's quite a bit of H.P. Lovecraft behind the species. Quite unintentional is the fact that there's also a bit of Joe Schreiber's Death Trooper in there, namely the fact that a deadly infection can turn people into zombies. I didn't read Death Troopers until I had already finished the manuscript for the Unknown Regions, but at the last minute I was able to include a line which speculatively tied Mnggal-Mnggal to developments under Imperial Project's Blackwing. Finally, he talks about the fact that Mnggal-Mnggal perhaps being extra-dimensional and being tied to shapeless beings from beyond known space with magical telepathic powers is a Waru reference from the Crystal Star. Anyways guys, that is all I have to talk about this topic. What do you think of this Lovecraftian horror within Star Wars? Do you like the idea of the Mnggal-Mnggal? Am I over-exaggerating just how disturbing the species is? Let me know all of that and more down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. And by the way, special thank you to Zach for editing today's video. I was really short on time and he came through in the clutch. Zach, please put something up about your channel on the screen. Guys, make sure you go check out Zach on YouTube. He makes lots of great content. There will be a link in the description and the pinned comment. Until next time, may the Force be with you.